Ever wonder what's going to happen to that local hardware store or the family restaurant you love when the owners finally decide to retire? We're going to talk about a huge but kind of invisible shift happening in the American economy and how something called employee ownership might just be the key to the future for these businesses.
I want you to keep a number in your head. Over 3 million. That's how many small and medium-sized business owners in the U.S. are getting close to retirement. And look, these aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. We're talking about businesses that employ our friends and neighbors, making up almost half of the entire U.S. economy. A massive transition is coming, for sure.
But here's the tough part. For most of these owners, selling the business they've built their whole lives is, well, it's incredibly hard. Something like 80% of them fail to sell to an outside buyer. A lot of them get interested in selling to their employees, but they hit a wall fast. It's a maze of financial and legal stuff. It's like a leaky bucket. Really valuable businesses just end up closing their doors because the whole process is just too confusing.
So what makes it so difficult? Well, the information is all over the place. It's kind of like trying to build a really complicated piece of furniture, but the instructions are scattered across a dozen different websites, and every expert you call only knows how to build one little part. That's exactly what it's like for a business owner. There's just no single clear map to follow. And it's not like there's just one way to do it. You've got all these different models. For example, you have ESOPs, that's employee stock ownership plans, which are often used by bigger companies and kind of work like a retirement plan that holds company stock. Then you have worker cooperatives, where the business is literally owned and run by the employees themselves. Each one of these has totally different legal and tax rules, and an expert in one is almost never an expert in another. This is the fragmented world these owners have to figure out. Now, this exact problem is what a company called Zolidar is trying to solve. The whole idea is to build a software platform that uses AI to basically act as a co-pilot for business owners. They're trying to make employee ownership the easiest exit path instead of the most confusing one.
The platform is built to walk people through 3 main stages. First, it helps a business assess if it's ready, and it can run an analysis in minutes instead of the weeks it used to take. Next, it helps them plan by creating a really clear roadmap and connecting them with financing. And finally, it gives them the tools and the experts to help them transition and become a successful employee-owned company for the long run.
And at the core of this whole thing is a tool they call the grid. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a Wikipedia for employee ownership. It's a living, breathing knowledge base designed to connect thousands of organizations, experts, and resources and pull all that scattered knowledge into one single place where you can actually find it.
Okay, but you might be thinking, there are other directories and knowledge bases out there. So what really makes the grid different? How does it actually solve the problem of information getting old and unreliable?
And the answer is pretty cool. It's all in the ownership. The grid isn't just a tool built for the community, it's being built to be owned by the community. It's set up like a platform cooperative, so the very same experts who are contributing their knowledge to the system also become its stakeholders.
This creates a really powerful reason to keep the quality high. I mean, think about it. When the experts who are adding information also have an ownership stake in the platform's success, they're naturally going to be invested in keeping that info accurate and up to date. They're not just sharing what they know, they're building a collective asset together.
And this creates this awesome feedback loop. It all starts when experts contribute their knowledge. As more high-quality info gets into the system, the AI guidance gets smarter and more reliable. A smarter AI then makes the platform way more valuable for every single user, which, you guessed it, attracts even more experts to contribute. Each step just makes the next one stronger.
So, this brings us all the way back to the big picture. For those millions of retiring business owners and for the advisors helping them, employee ownership is a massive opportunity. The challenge has always been the complexity, but the whole point of new tools like this is to finally make it a simple, streamlined path for everybody. So, if you're a business owner thinking about your legacy, or maybe an advisor looking for better ways to help your clients, this is a space you're going to want to watch. The potential of employee ownership is huge, and now it looks like the tools to finally connect all the dots are starting to show up.